Hello, everyone. So today, let's practice. I am speaking with me through several topics, okay? Several common topics, yes. So the first topics of today, education, okay? Part one, what kind of school did you go to as a child? I had studied in the best school of the region. It was a powerful educational institute inside and out. Both the buildings were large and beautifully made of glass. As well, teachers were very talented and highly experienced in their sophisticated profession. Did you go to a different school or a single one? I changed my school when transferred from grade 4 to 5. This is the transition we made in my country from the to the secondary school. What was your favorite subject as a child? I like math a lot when I was at school. I always get high scores in the exam. Plus, it's very practical. Who was your favorite teachers? That were definitely my math teachers. She's not only made each lecture incredibly useful and exciting, also was our class lady, uniting me and my classmates in various group activities. What university or college did you attend? Actually, I went to four different universities. That's because I changed two during my bachelor degrees and then had a double degree abroad during masters. What's your university was like? In grad school, my master degree, I studied at two universities that were the best business schools of Russia and Switzerland. They were huge in size and insightful in education. What did you study at university? I studied finance and management. This specialization turned out to be perfect for me, and I've never regretted my choice. What is special about this subject? Basically, it is about managing money, assets, investments, people, productions, and strategy of any company, which is the basics of the world economy. Describe a course you enjoy at university. You should say when and where uh, you took it, what lessons were like, what make the course different from others, and explain why you enjoy the course. The course I'd like to describe is called Lean Startup Approach. It was offered to us as the St. Gallen University in Switzerland during my master's degree. The course was specifically designed to help students understand the theoretical approach to managing startups, as well as try it out in practice. The syllabus for this course, like for all the others, were distributed online via our digital system, as comprised the outline of lectures included in the course, the main topics and assignments we would need to do. The curriculum of the course comprised at first some lectures on campus where we were to learn more about the lean approach and then had to do a practical projects with various companies. As an integral part of the course, we were assigned to groups, each having to choose a specific partner partnering organization. My group ended up doing a project for Price Waterhouse Coopers, which is large international audit firm. The course really stood out of from the others because it offers a unique opportunity to work with professionals of the consulting industry, developing a practical solution to their business problem, which is the most valuable of any master program. How was priorities in education today different from those in the past? In such a fast-changing world we are today, priority in education has transformed as well. In our current societies, education opens more opportunity and offers to obtain a wider skill set that was not attainable in the past. For example, college and university decide to shift from theoretical education to practical one. Courses have become more and more digital, requiring students to learn how to be proficient with their computers early on. Is a good education more important for a boy or a girl, and why? Substantial education is important for anyone, regardless of their gender. Both should be given equal rights and access to education. In today's societies, women have proven that they can do tasks and get jobs that only men used to have back in the day. Women have shown their competition, competency in various fields such as politics, science, sports, and many others. Men, on the other hand, have equally entered some new industry that have been considered female, such as cooking, housekeeping, fashion, or makeup. I reckon both sexes must be given equal opportunities in their education and workplace. How well do you think schools should prepare young people for working life? Schools are considered our second home when we were young. This is where we, as kids, learn almost everything starting from the basics of reading and writing. Before the adulthood begin, this is the place where one gets most of their training. Sadly, middle and high schools rarely put emphasis on practical life skills such as entrepreneurship, financial literacy, or relationship management. In my opinion, schools must extend their courses by guiding young people to their future careers step by step. So key vocabulary here, qualification. So that means, okay, so a qualification, and you can read the definitions on the screen, right? And I just go through the keywords together with the example, okay? The qualification. So these qualifications are just like a ticket for entry into the corporate world. A graduation. I went to England to work right after my graduation. To enroll. In many areas, it is possible to enroll for archaeology classes taught for adults. To study. She studied biology, although her majors were math. Of course, a course. He took a course in basket weaving. Discipline. One should never forget about discipline, especially when studying. A degree. He has no degree in engineering because he is an accountant. A tuition. We want to support them by providing free tuition in core subjects. Primary or elementary school. Some articles may not be appropriate for children of primary school. Secondary school. The project will involve two primary schools and a secondary school. To pass. I recently passed my exam to become a chartered structural engineer. To conduct. They conducted a survey to study people's attitudes to local environmental issues. To receive. Managers who have received no formal training will find the course of particular benefit. To acquire. There are regular classes where you can acquire new expertise or improve existing skills with professional tuition. To attend. The three children are now attending the local village school. To live. Both of my parents have left school at 14. Compulsory. The majority of age cohort attend beyond the end of compulsory schooling. Comprehensive school. The comprehensive type school provides students with holistic education that allow them to become well-rounded adults. Private education. In fact, the percentage of secondary school pupils in England in private education has dropped since comprehensive was introduced to make progress. But do some people make progress and others don't? A dropout. Years ago, the official label for the dropped out was changed to premature school leaver, a coursework. Approximately 50% of the overall marks at years are obtained from continuously assessed coursework. A research. While the research reveals many overlaps and similarities, there are also some interesting differences. A subject. Maybe you want to study a subject you particularly enjoy. Industrious. Industrial students will look for opportunities on their own, not waiting for help. Okay, and here's some word formations. You can pause the videos and then read it through. And here are some collocations. Okay, so that's it. So now let's move to the next topic, okay? Okay, so the next topic, work. Sample answer, part one. Describe the company or organization you work for. I work for the Energy Development Corporation, in short, EDC. It is a company that focuses on the development of renewable energy. What is your position? I am part of the geophysical survey team. I am a geologist. What are your responsibilities? Our team is accountable for identifying if a significant resource is present, as well as to collect and analyze samples within the area of research. What do you like most about your job? The best thing about my job is that I can travel and discover places in which I otherwise would not be able to see. What do you dislike about your job? Conducting projects in far-flung areas means being away from my family for several days. Thus, I don't spend a lot of time with my wife and kids. I miss them so much. How many hours do you work each day? When I'm out in the field work, I spend several hours traveling to the area. Then the survey usually lasts for a couple of days and sometimes even weeks. When there's no field work, I usually work from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the office. What would be your ideal job? My ideal job is be something that always brings something new to life, not a repetitive, monotonous work. I'm good at my responsibilities, but I also expect some pleasant moments at my workplace. Part two, describe a job you would like to have the most. You should say what this job should be, where you would work, what qualification you would need, and explain why you would like to have this job most. I must admit that I have realized one of my passions a little bit too late in life. Seems like I have always wanted to be a chef in a nice high-end restaurant. Eating food is great, isn't it? But the process of cooking food and the skill it requires to have is what I find even more intriguing and fascinating. I could probably enjoy working and being trained in fine dining restaurant or some cruise ships that offers a variety of international dishes. I would like to get to know different cultures all over the world through food. I think it is one of the aspects that distinguishes countries. To be able to be a chef, I need to have the education in culinary arts. I also need to undergo a training in various restaurants to be able to apply the knowledge and information I obtained at school. A chef is a highly creative person, since one of his or her responsibilities is to arrange food with a final touch and think of its overall appealing look on the plate. The kitchen is the only place I have ever felt like I really belong to. I love its heat and the pressure, apparently. Part 3. Which jobs are the most respected in your country? In my opinion, so there are highly skilled professional careers such as the field of law, medicine, and engineering. Usually, parents encourage their children to undertake such careers because they are always a source of nice salary and peaceful life. Plus, to my opinion, being a doctor is a very honorable craft, as long as it implies helping people to live happier life. Some people say it's better to work for yourself than to be employed by a company. What's your view? On this question, I agree with a Chinese billionaire Jack Ma. For young people, it's wiser seek first employment at a smaller company because in a big corporation, recent graduates frequently get lost in the law systems and endless repetitive tasks, ending up unnoticed. As a family owned enterprise, on the contrary, it is easier to seize the opportunity and take initiative. As one grows, it's important to focus on learning and developing hard skills. When there's a subjective borders of learning rich, one might reconsider the career choice in favor of a more responsible place as a bigger corporation or even entrepreneurship. What changes in employment have there been in recent years in your country? There has been a rejuvenation of the entrepreneurial spirits in our country. More and more people become involved in starting their own businesses. The startup communities is now more alive than ever. Even college students launch their startup businesses while in a university. Even though there's a high failure rate of startup businesses, people nevertheless are starting to take risks and put their ideas into creation. Okay, and here are some vocabulary I will go through so that you can pause the videos and learn whatsoever the new vocabs that you think mm, that it might be useful for you in the future, okay? Here comes word formation. Here comes the collocation. Okay, let's move to another topic. Topic family. Hot ones. Do you have a large or small family? I come from a large family. Now I just have my mom, an older and three younger brothers. Sadly, my father passed away 17 years ago, so now I am the only daughter. in the family? How much time do you spend with your family? For now, I live alone in another city far from my family, so I am only able to spend about 2 weeks per year with them. What do you like to do together as a family? My family enjoy cooking together and afterwards having special meals when everyone is invited. We catch up on news and talk about our lives. We enjoy music as well. So when we get together, we play several music instruments and sing along. Do you get along well with your family? Sure. We are really close to each other. I'm happy that I can tell them literally anything. They are always there to listen when I have problems. Is yours a typical family? Well, I can say that yes, our family is a typical one, a family who stays by each other through good times and bad times. Are there many different types of families in your country? Yes, type of families varies in terms of the size of the household. There are small families with one or two children and large families with about eight or more children. Sometimes parents decide to adopt a child without relatives. Who are you closest to in your family? I am the closest to my mom, I think. It is because we are the only women in the family. So we share the same ideas about many things and she always supports me. Describe the person in your family who you most admire. You should say what their relationship is to you, what they have done in their life, what they do now, and explain why you admire them so much. The person I admire the most, not just in my family, but in the whole world, is my mom. She's a great wife and a wonderful mother. She's loving, caring, open-minded, and very understanding. I love how she looks at things. She's very optimistic. I love her courage in raising me and my brothers well. Since my father passed away, she has been a single mom for about 17 years and did her best to act both a mother and father to us. She would always stood up for us. My mom resigned off work a few years after my father died. Her reasons were to spend much more time with the family, especially when we were growing up. She felt the need to guide us physically and emotionally. She then started her own business, which she is still running. I love her so much. She's not just a mom, but also a mentor and a friend. In what ways have families in your country changed in recent? The roles of husbands and wife have changed in recent years. Both spouses have been more open to perform different roles, such as seizing various job opportunities or being more involved in household. Another change, I think, in the trend to have less children. Parents nowadays think of having smaller families due to high cost of living and career perspectives. Should husband and wives have different roles within the family? Why or why not? Traditionally, husbands and wives have had clear-cut roles in society. Husbands used to work and fulfill financial needs of the family, while women were expected to take care of the house. Changes had occurred over time, and both husbands and wives started to uh, take part in each of these roles. I think this change is rather positive. It is not necessary to sharply define each role. I reckon whatever role family members take, they should always move in the same direction and pursue what is best for the family itself. Which are more important to you, your family or your friends? Both are fairly important. If my family take place, but my family take place in my life that is dear to my heart. Friends may come and go, but I know that my family will always be there for me, no matter what happens in my life and no matter what decisions I take. Nevertheless, my friends are the closest people with whom I can share and discuss things that sometimes are not appropriate to bring up in the family circle. Here come some key vocabularies for you. You can pause and note down some keywords that you find useful for your futures, okay? Okay, so now we move to, uh-oh, it seems like I forgot to, to share screen for the topic family. Okay, anyways, okay. So now we move to topic money and finance. Do you like shopping? No, I don't. I'm not a hoarder. Hoarder. I don't know how to pronounce this word, so let's check. Okay. Hoarder. Hoarder, yes, right. No, I don't. I'm not a hoarder and only prefer to buy high quality things that I know I definitely need. And this, of course, happens not that often. Have you bought anything interesting recently? Yeah, I did. I desperately needed new sneakers and found a beautiful pair of white ones. How important is money to you? I consider money is just a tool to achieve goals. Without it, it would be quite hard to get anything significant in life when it comes to tangible things that can be bought. Do you think you will have lots of money in the future? Yes, definitely. I am working hard right now to get a nice, well paid job. In the future, I will for sure be able to maintain a good lifestyle. Would you like to become rich someday? Oh, of course I do. But this is not an end goal for me. I need money to serve the humanity better because I want to build a chain of waste recycling plants in the future. Do you think it is okay to lend money to friends and family members? I do not suppose those who rely on borrowing. However, sometimes it is okay to lend money as long as it serves a good cause. Are you good at saving money? Yes, I consider myself very conscious when it's come to my spending habits. Do you invest your spare money? Unfortunately, not yet. However, I have been thinking about investing it for quite some time. The thing is, I can't find enough time to properly break this down for myself. Do you think financial literacy is at the high level across generations? In my opinion, young people generally think less about money management than adults. I expect this to change because of better education at school and university. Two, describe something you want to buy but can't afford. You should say what you like to buy, how much it costs, why you can't afford it, and explain if there is any other way you could acquire it. I would like to buy myself a car. This will be my first vehicle because I have got my my driver license. I like traveling with comfort to work and around the city, but the heavy traffic during rush hours makes public transportation really inconvenient for me. However, I'm very conscious about the environment and wouldn't like to spend money on a conventional automobile that will only contaminate the air we breathe. Therefore, the perfect car for me would be an electric one, ideally a Tesla. Tesla costs substantially more than usual petrol cars. Their price fluctuated around 80,000 to 100,000 USD. What I especially love about it is that it's possible to design my own one. Some parts of it can be customized. Unfortunately, I can't afford this car right now. I have just graduated and entered the job market with not the highest ever salary. Also, I haven't taken up a single loan, and I am of a strong belief that credit must finance only investment that generate future returns. And such a consumeristic purchase as a car definitely won't earn me any money. In fact, I will only spend even more on planned maintenance. Thankfully, Tesla is not a vehicle that needs petrol, so I will majorly save on gasoline. Thus, I will wait for a couple of years until my pay improves. I will also have a better range of car models to choose from. But three, how much money is enough? The question of a sufficient amount of money is absolutely subjective. Everyone has their own pay rate expectations. This highly depends on the lifestyle one leads, on the quality of life one's accustomed to. In my opinion, one can surely say they have enough money when they are able to afford spontaneous purchases throughout the month without worrying about their next month financial stability. There are many modern online banks apps that allow to track monthly spendings and plan future budgets. They are a great helping hand indeed. What problems the money cause in your society? Money is either tool that solves my problem from very small daily ones to huge infrastructure issues. However, there are certain people whose individuality and characters force them to make poor decisions when given too much money or power. One of the most evident examples is politicians who are frequently corrupted, which makes them incompetent and inefficient public servants. Globalizations only exacerbates the gaps between haves and have-nots. Many people lack money to sustain day-to-day living, while the rich become richer every day. Do young people nowadays believe in saving money? Is it difficult for them? Mm, the willingness and ability to save greatly depends on the person's character. Since many young people are not still mature enough and prone to sudden mood swing, it is easier for them to fall prey to compelling acts, ending up with a bag of spontaneous purchases. In addition, many companies offer easy payment terms, so youngsters get tempted to spend more on things they do not really need. A great example would be the rapid advancement in technology that give access to instant credit from the biggest and most reliable banks. Okay, so that's it for this topic, and here's some key vocabs. You can pause and note whatsoever you find useful. Financial. Oh yeah, this is word formation. Okay, so now we're going to continue with the next topic, environment. Part one, Which countries are you from? I am from Russia, so it is the largest country on earth, and therefore, in itself, it is a true marvel because it unites 8 time zones, dozens of nationalities, extremely beautiful and diverse nature. Where is this country located? Russia is situated in the north of Eurasian continent and stretches from Europe to Canada. Which part of the countries do most people live in? The majority of people prefer to move to the capital, Moscow, where more than 14 million people Resides. The second city is St. Petersburg. That is so beautiful. It has attracted 8 millions of residents. What are the main industry in your country? The traditional industry that the whole economy is dependent on is oil and gas mining. The balance of trade of the country largely consists of the exports process proceeds from selling oil all over the world. What is your city is famous for? I currently live in St. Petersburg, the city of stunning architecture, long history, and extremely beautiful sceneries. It's a destination of dreams for thousands of people from all over the world and Russian remote regions specifically. What kind of weather do you dislike? I think it's a long rainy days. I do enjoy a slight rain every now and then, but definitely not when it pour for days without any sun. Would you prefer to live in a hot or cold country? Russia is huge. There are many climate zones ranging from very hot to extremely cold ones. I had lived the majority of my life in Crimea, one of the hottest regions, so I think I need warmth more. What is the best or worst weather for traveling in? Again, rain is not a weather I like to find myself in when I'm traveling. Everything gets wet too quickly, and it's difficult to carry an umbrella together with suitcases. However, both hot and cold days make travel less enjoyable as well. Describe an environmental problem that has occurred in your country. You should say the cause of the problem, what effects has it has had on your country, the steps, if any, that have been taken to solve this. Explain why you think this problem is so important to solve. If there's one widespread environmental problems that is detrimental not only for Russia but also for the whole world, that is sadly the excessive pollution of the country by cosmetics and industrial waste. Unfortunately, the most obvious reason for the pollution is irresponsibility of both citizens who do not care about reducing the garbage they produce and the government who is extremely slow in developing ways of waste recycling. The poor waste management is a huge problem in itself, but it naturally creates a chain of issues across industry, eventually contaminating the essence of our daily life. When there is nothing done to prevent and then eliminate the troubles, it affects the air humans breathe, the food they consume, the environment they come into contact with every day. Even though there are no working complex solution from the state to reduce refuse from industry and recycle the cosmetics waste, some tiny innovative startups try to tackle the problem by providing solution in waste collection, sorting, and even converting it to secondary material. So this is imperative for sound development of any nation that values clean resources and environment we live in. Do you think it is the responsibility of governments alone to protect the environment? Definitely no. Because it's everyone's responsibility to do what is possible to reduce the burden of human activities of the environment. Sure, the government has the power to enact laws and craft policies, but the state machine is much slower compared to the development of projects born in corporations and startups. Not all, however, not only the corporate and governmental entities should be held accountable, Every citizen must be responsible for their own actions regarding waste accumulation and disposal. What measures can individuals take to protect the environment? There are lots of ways one can choose from when working for the good of nature. Everyone should turn off electric appliances when they are not used, recycle and segregate biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste for, or better yet, avoid stop creating trust by avoiding disposable products. Minimize one's water and electricity consumption. Use a fuel efficient cars, or better, take a walk or ride a bicycle if the distance is not too large. These are just small things we can do to change our lifestyle. Imagine millions of other people doing the same thing. It can gradually make a difference. Do you think large company and business organizations should be more environmentally friendly? Why? Development is good. Sometimes it is a necessity to survive in today's world. Businesses need profit, but they should not do so at the expense of the environment. Sustainable development is the key. The needs of the person have to be met without compromising the ability of future generation to sustain healthy and happy life on this planet. One of the key initiatives of any industrial company should be to struggle against uncontrollable depletion of resources. Here are some vocabularies that you can learn to tackle IELTS for the future. Is word formation, and here comes collocations. Okay, so that's it for the topic environment. Next topic, clothes and fashion. What types of clothes do you like to wear? Even though I prefer casual clothes, simple and comfortable, I still try to stay fashionable. A pair of jeans and a plain white shirt may be a perfect match if styled properly. If styled appropriately. Of course, I also tend to dress up for special occasions. So what kind of clothes do people in your country usually wear? Climate definitely affects people clothing. I live in the northern region, so people here normally wear something on a warmer side. It can be a large fur jacket in winter or a light trench in spring. Underneath, we opt for a pair of good looking trousers or a skirt and a beautifully colored shirt. How important is fashion to you? I think fashion plays a huge role in culture. Even if I don't necessarily follow all its latest trends, I do try to stay on top of it to make my style more presentable. What kind of clothes do you dislike? Well, I don't really go for too bright colors that are difficult to style with other pieces of clothing. I prefer my garments to match each other perfectly so that I don't have to be worried about my looks every day. Do you think people behave differently in different kinds of clothes? Yeah, I am of the opinion that clothes can significantly change how we feel about ourselves and consequently our behavior. For example, one who wears formal clothes may portray an image of being professional and confident. Wearing casual clothes, on the other hand, make us feel and look more comfortable and relaxed. What kind of clothes do people wear to work in your country? People usually go for smart casual or formal attire on a regular work day. Some employees have uniforms and other workers are allowed to wear random clothes to work. Part 2. Describe someone you know who dress well. You should say who they are, how you know them, what kind of clothes they wear, and say why you like the way they dress. Let me talk about a friend who dresses very well. Her name is Tina. She's a little bit older than me and she's currently a professor in a prestigious university in my country. Although she is not involved in fashion industry, I find her attire very quite fashionable. She's tall, slim, and very attractive. She has been my friend since high school. I get to know her from time to time as she lives in her neighborhood. We also spend time together with friends, especially on weekends. Actually, Tina doesn't have a specific dressing preference or style. I think she bases her attire on the weather as well as on what is appropriate to wear on occasion and event she's invited to. I usually see her wearing light colored dresses and high heel shoes when she goes to work. She also wears formal clothes. Tina's choice of simple but stylish accessories add to the look as well. I think she has a huge collection of clothes, shoes, and bags that as I really see her wearing the same outfit. Of course, I do notice her wearing casual clothes too, but they don't look plain or boring on her at all. I think Tina can carry herself very well in any kind of garment. She looks comfortable no matter what her attire is. I like her style because she doesn't dress extravagant or offensive. She always looks professional and presentable. Part 3. How important are clothes and fashion to you? Why or why not? Since I'm sure that the first impression builds a whole image of a person in front of us for a long time, clothes they choose to wear plays a huge role in determining this image. Thus, I think that fashion is quite important in my life because I always try to look presentable and smart. And there's nothing worse than an outdated look that doesn't match the occasion. However, I make sure not to be too carried away when it comes to the latest crazy fashion trends. They are more suitable for celebrities. How different are the clothes you wear now from those you wore 10 years ago? Well, interestingly, the style of clothes has not changed much because I have always opted for something more formal and presentable at school and at work. But the fashion trends have altered significantly, and that's why my old photo from a decade ago make me laugh right now. I still prefer to wear nice dresses, high quality shirts and skirts with high heels when I want to look smart, and skinny jeans with a clean t-shirt or a jumper for more relaxed days. What do you think the clothes we wear say about us? At times, I think the clothes we wear may show off a significant part of our personality or status. For example, clothing may frequently give away what kind of job a person was. For others, clothes may be a tool for self-expressions. I have heard many stories of people who fix their low self-esteem by dressing bolder and more fashionable. So the way we dress definitely speaks a lot about the way we show ourselves to the public and the ability to correctly match one clothing with their status or inner world can be considered a real psychological skill. Here are some key vocabs that you can pause the videos and learn. Word formation and collocation. Okay, so that's it for topic fashion. Okay, so now here comes the topic hometown. Part one, describe your hometown. So my hometown is a small city. It is both traditional and modern because of having several festivals celebrated by the locals, and at the same time, it is started to be developed with increasing numbers of infrastructures and establishments. Where is your hometown located? So my hometown, Sosogan City, is located in the southernmost tip of the Bicol Peninsula and the Luzon Island. Bicol is one of the regions in the Philippines, and Luzon is the biggest island in the country. Is it easy to travel around your hometown? Yeah, it is. It is a small city, but there are different types of transportation available. What is what it is known for? It is known for billy nuts that are said to grow in volcanic soil. What do people in your town do? Mostly people here, they do agriculture and fishing. Yeah, agriculture and fishing are common in my hometown. Also, with the latest modernization, numerous office jobs have appeared in my town. But two, describe your hometown, describe the place, what is special about it compared to other cities in the world. So my hometown is called Sossagan. I was born and raised there, and I can say it is definitely my favorite place. It is located in the southernmost tips of the largest island in my country. I cannot tell that is a very big province. The town is both traditional and modern. I call it traditional because there still are many festivals celebrated by the locals. Yet modern, it is starting to be developed just like other provinces, having much more sophisticated infrastructure. Sorsogon is a province that is about 12-hour bus ride from the capital city of the Philippines. Main roads are part of the national highway, so they are wide and huge. The highway happens to be an important place because this is the key passage for buses and cars that cross it on their way from the north to the south. Sorsogon is also special as it offers many tourist attractions. For example, in a close vicinity, so there are an active volcano and a lake with very beautiful scenery. Among all the places I have been to, I think Sorsogon is one of the best. There are wonderful places to visit, not crowded and not polluted. I frequently go to beautiful and clean beaches. Sorsogon is located on many islands that are not yet developed and are very peaceful and relaxing to stay in. On top of that, natural cold and hot springs are popular here as well. Many people visit this place to experience them. Part three, in what way can you improve your hometown? One problem in my hometown is low accessibility of some places due to problems of public transportation system. Although there are different means of transportation, it can take you hours to get a certain venues. For example, the earliest bus leaves at 5 a.m. and the latest around 5:30 p.m. Therefore, for those who go back from work after 5:30 p.m., so it's increasingly difficult to commute. What is the main reason for liking your hometown other than the fact you were born there? I reckon we all love our hometown because we were raised there. I am personally used to this place and I have become very comfortable with it. I have created some very pleasant memories here, met friends, family, my first love, my first academic achievements. In my hometown, I was formed physiologically as an individual. Most people in this world do not live in their hometown. So why? I guess I guess the majority of people feel that there could be more opportunities outside of their hometown and consequently comfort zones. Therefore, many believe that living in such a comfortable place with relatives and friends can be distracting and too relaxing on the way of pursuing goals. Also, people, not only youth, strive to explore other places and experience different cultures across the globe. Here are some vocabs for you to study. Just pause the videos and take note. Word formation, collocation and phrases. Okay, so now we move to oh. Next topic, food. Can you cook? Oh, yes. I love to cook. Honestly, I don't think I can cook very well, but I always try my best. I consider it one of my hobbies. Who does the cooking in the family? My mom does. Sometimes my older sister cooks for dinner. On weekends, I sometimes cook too. What is your main meal in the day? Well, I can say lunch is my main meal. I usually skip breakfast and I just have light dinner. On what occasion do you eat special food? I eat special food on special occasions like birthday parties, weddings, New Year's, etc. Even on small or simple gatherings, there are special food too. What food from your country do most foreign people enjoy? I think foreign people are always eager to try local and exotic foods. Tourists and foreigners eat our local and traditional food in my country. So, do you eat much junk food? No, not very much. Aside from being unhealthy, I am not fond of salty foods. But two, talk about your favorite food. You should say what the food is, what is it made of, why you like it, and explain why it is your favorite food. So there are a lot of food I like. It is quite difficult to think of one. So let me talk about a popular menu in my country, which is one of my favorite foods also. It is steamed plain rice and chicken adobo. Adobo is a local name. Adobo can be beef, pork, chicken, fish, or even vegetable, but I like the chicken adobo particularly. I will talk about how I cook my very own chicken adobo. A small amount of oil is placed in a heated pan, then saute, fry quickly in a little hot fat garlic until saute, which is a fry quickly, uh, which is fry quickly in a little hot fat so that saute garlic until it turns golden brown. Add in onions, add the chicken and saute until it turns a little brown. Pour in about 2 cups of water and let it boil. After about 30 minutes, add about 2 spoonfuls of sugar, whole peppercorns, and let it shimmer. Then add about 1/4 cups of soy sauce and let it boil for about 10 minutes. When then it is done and ready to be served. You may also add some vegetables like potatoes or fruits like bananas or pineapples. I like it because it is easy to prepare and is very delicious. I'm not quite sure about its nutritional benefits, but I'm sure that we can get some nutrients in it too, especially if vegetables are added. This recipe is common in my country and I eat it for about 3 to 4 times a week. I like it because it does not require much effort to prepare and it is also not expensive. But three, tell me about the type of food that people eat in your country. What food are popular in your country? Well, in my country, the Philippines, rice is a staple food. We eat rice for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Rice comes with different kinds of viand, a piece of food or a tasty dish, such as pork, beef, or chicken cooked with vegetables or fruits and other ingredients. Since my country is located in the tropics, tropical fruits are also popular here, especially mangoes. They say that the best mango can be found in the Philippines. We also like to eat bread for breakfast or for snacks. How are the eating habits now in your country different from eating habits in the past? I think people's eating habits have changed in the past years. Nowadays, there are already a lot of fast food restaurants. Processed foods have become popular as well. I think people these days don't eat as much healthy foods compared to the past. Also, I think people in the past are more concerned about eating at the right times. However, nowadays, people tend to skip meal because of several reasons, such as dieting, busy schedules, etc. How healthy is your country food? It is a choice of people whether to eat healthy or unhealthy food. So, in my country, there are many choices of healthy food, especially vegetable and fruits. However, I don't think that people eat much healthy foods nowadays because of the presence of fast food and processed foods. Also, many dishes in my country It's usually greasy and salty, which I think are not very healthy. Here are some key vocabs. You can pause the video and then note down some vocabs that you find useful for your future. Word formation and collocation and phrases. Okay, so next one, health. Mm, health. Okay. In what way do you try to stay healthy? I try to have a balanced diet as often as I can. I also exercise regularly. Is it easy to keep fit where you live? To be honest, it is not. Fast foods are always tempting. People around me can be bad influence when it comes to being fit, especially when choosing healthy food and doing some exercises. What part of your lifestyle would you like most to make healthier? Well, I would say my sleeping habits. I can hardly get enough rest at night. I usually lack sleep. Are you careful about what you eat? Not really, but I try though. It's just that it's difficult to choose what to eat. How important is a healthy lifestyle for you? I think it's very important. It helps us to be more effective and productive with our everyday activities. Do you eat much junk food? No, I rarely eat junk food. I just eat them when other people who are with me are eating them, and I only eat a small amount. Describe a time when you were ill. You should say when it was, what your symptoms of were, how long the illness lasted, and say how it affected your life at the time. So I will talk about a terrible experience when I got ill. It happened a few months ago when I had flu coupled with sore throat. Of a week before it happened, I was so stressed with work. I had stayed late nights in the office so to meet several deadlines. I lacked sleep and I couldn't also eat on time. My body started to feel weak. I started to have slight fevers and colds. I knew it was going to be bad because I was having headaches and severe muscle and body aches. I also started to have dry cough and my throat hurts. It lasted for about a week. I went to see a doctor so I can get the right prescription. I was advised to have bed rest for a few days. I wasn't able to report for work for a week. Luckily, I have already finished all my deadlines before it happened. But it has still affected my life because I failed to do my daily routine. I also asked my mom to take care of me since I lived alone. When I came back to work, there's a huge pile of paperwork waiting on my desk. What is the role of government in promoting healthcare? I believe that government plays a major role in promoting healthcare. The government should educate the people about health and guide them about having healthy lifestyle. As much create more program, um, it must create more program and activities that would disseminate appropriate and accurate information about health. I also believe that the government should improve the health sector to make it more accessible for the people. What more do you think could be done to promote healthy living in your country? I think that the government should have more initiative and implement strict policies when it comes to activities that affects people's health. For example, the banning of smoking in public places would not just benefit the smoker but the non-smokers as well. People must also be educated about the advantages of having a healthy lifestyle. I also think that putting up more establishments for people to engage in sport or activities or exercises must be encouraged. How can individuals take more responsibility for their own health? Lifestyle plays a major role in our health. We must care for our own health. There there are a lot of things we can do to stay fit and healthy. For example, being conscious about our food intake and exercising regularly must be practiced. Discipline is very important. We must be always try to avoid unhealthy practices and vice. Here are some key vocabs for you to learn. Just pause the video and take note. Disseminate, spread information. So it is not illegal to disseminate information on how to make a bomb. Word formation, collocation and phrases. So that's it.